They said it couldn't be done.
Staying still, eyes closed, let the world just pass me by. I paid bills, nice clothes. If I fall, I think I'll fly. Touch me, Midas, make me part of your design. None to guide us. I feel fear for the very last time. Lay still, restless, losing sleep while I lose my mind. All thrill, no stress, all my muses left behind. World is below, so high up, I'm here to fly. Lean in, let go, I feel fear for the very last time.
This video should have come out 3 years ago, but that just never happened. Every time I tried to make this video, it just didn't feel like the magic was there. And I didn't have a lot to talk about from the start, but now I do actually feel like I have more to talk about since, you know, all this took so long. And now after about 1 year since the last version, I felt like today I had the need for speed, and I wanted to make this video. Well, about that speed, I broke the speed of light for the first time way back in January the 23rd, 2023, in which it was a complete accident. I did not intend to do that. I just joined my favorite server and there was just a random guy there. I showed him my little thing and well, then we took off and boom, I broke the speed of light. And as you can hear from my reaction, I was quite surprised.
What the fuck? Oh
Interestingly, this was actually done with the F7A1 instead of the F7A2, which had been developed at this time. The F7A2 was actually faster, but I had seen more luck with the A1. If anything, the A2 might have been too fast since it had a big problem with nan RPS, meaning that the engine basically dies instantly because it has too much RPS and it reaches an infinite amount of RPS. This was actually seen in the previous video, but I didn't mention it. Thus the F7A3 was developed, removing all of the small air intakes in the front and moving 2 to the sides, as well as lengthening the tail to increase stability. Now the F7 itself started as a failure and was only slightly showed in the last video, but since fixed the two major flaws of the F6, that being its bulky, unflexible design and fuel capacity. The fuel capacity had been its Achilles heel since it always ran out of fuel. But this run had a different problem: hypothermia, aka I can't feel my legs. But this wouldn't be the main obstacle on the final run, when on April the 17th, 2023, I took off with a new and improved A3 and did this.
Infinite velocity will soon be mine.
The speed doesn't change. It stays the same.
What the hell?
Look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power.
Wait. Oh, okay. We need to just take in everything. Not just all, but everything. What can we make of all this? Okay, first, these light speed runs didn't work at all like warp mode does. So what is this? Is this a new type of traveling mode? Well, that appears to be so, because on both of these runs, as you can see here, speed constantly goes up, even though we know that warp mode has a time gap between each jump. This is what I call dimension hopping, because it's like you're in 2 dimensions at once. One where you're stuck on the map, and the other one you can see where you're constantly accelerating. In both light speed runs, you suddenly warp to Mach 40 and then enter the new dimension hopping mode. I have a theory that this goes back to the RPS thing, because the nan RPS thing happened always at extremely high speeds, so there might be a speed or a time in which the game just stops caring and stops trying to calculate the vehicle's position and just theoretically does so. So it just theoretically moves it, and then it might suddenly start counting the airflow into the engine, and so the RPS goes into the roof. and the game completely gives up. Meaning that the first lightspeed run was pure luck, because if you saw, the RPS went into the thousands. But now, for the elephant in the room, what happened at the end? Did we actually hit the max speed? Well, maybe, I don't know. It could have been just the max speed of the F7A3 or just the game itself. If you saw there, it reached a certain speed, 600 at the end, and then it just rolled back quite a bit. 162.89% the speed of light seems to be the max speed, but I don't actually think it is. I actually just think this is the max speed of the vehicle, because it doesn't have any correlation to any kind of computer number. I guess this is it. I've done a lot of crazy things in Stormworks, and that's probably what I'm most known for, to be honest. But this has to be my favorite thing. And I didn't attempt any more runs. I felt like my life was complete. This video is a bit melancholy, especially with the intro, but also because, well, you can't go into warp mode anymore. After the space updates, they broke a lot of things, and that's also a reason why I stopped playing the game. But they screwed over the game so hard that warp mode somehow got fixed. I don't think it was intentional. I suppose we'll never know the truth, since this is no longer possible. Or is it? Well, in theory, you could actually downgrade your game to a version prior to the space update and theoretically have two players, one hosting a local server, the other one connecting to the player and performing the speed limit. But I don't have the motivation to do so, nor do I get paid nearly enough for this. I feel like I'm guilt tripping, because there's this one guy who's been on all of my crazy videos, and then I teased him with this lightspeed thing, and that just never came until now. It's not just him, it's so many other people and myself that I feel like I'm disappointing, not only because of this video but because of the countless projects I've never finished, like the AMX50 and the Arctic Beast, which there were people who wanted me to finish and wanted me to upload. They said so and I just never did. But when you've been idling for so long, it just feels pointless to answer, because it's been too long. But then I got burned out and just didn't play the game so much, and then, well, the nuke dropped with the space update and everything got broken, and I just, no, that was the final straw, and I just lost all taste in my mouth to play this game. And they also broke all the scripts and all the servers on Tricky server, which meant that it was not the same anymore at all. Most of the people I knew there, which I had grown attached to, also just stopped playing. I have 2,800 hours on this game, and it just... I miss this game and all the memories it brought me. I really do. So I suppose this video isn't just about speed, but perhaps a farewell to old friends. Why is this video so long? Was it supposed to be shorter than the previous version? I'm having fucking lobotomy trying to make the last part of this video.